Hey guys! So in today's video I'm going to take you behind the scenes at a motherhood session that I did in May. I had to kind of film it all myself by setting up a second camera on my tripod and used one on top of my camera like I used my phone. So there are probably going to be parts that are sped up or that I have voiceover because the video might not be great or I might have wandered too far away from the microphone for the audio to pick up. But just to give you a little taste of what it's like to work with me.
Hey guys, it's Kelsey, and in this week's video I'm taking you behind the scenes at a session. If this is your first time watching, I help you create heirloom quality photos that you want to print and keep for generations. So right now I am picking some flowers to use as framing while I shoot. This is one of my favorite things to do to add depth to the photos. I try and find whatever's around me because sometimes it works better than actually shooting through something. I love to do that too, but it's just not always an option in every location or with the lighting. So this is just one way I go about doing that. I usually spend the first few minutes of a session getting settings in my camera ready to go and making sure that my clients are comfortable. I chat with the kids a little bit and like to let them warm up to me. Even if they are kids I want them to know that they are valued and important and how excited I am for them to be there. Since this is my best friend Callie, I do know her kids, so it's not, since it's Callie and I know Mac and Kai, we already have a relationship that I'm building off of versus building a new relationship with new clients. Whenever I am shooting, I like to talk a lot when I'm behind the camera because I want to help my clients feel as comfortable as possible. And I'm speeding this up and doing a voiceover because if you've ever been to a session with me, you know just how excited I get and how loud I can be with a whole lot of excitement when things are going the way that I felt they would in my head, as far as the vision I have when creating the photo to the actual execution. With littles, I tend to overshoot. I'm an overshooter in general because I get shutter happy, but with little ones I am even more so because I'm so worried that I'm going to miss that time when they smiled and looked at the camera, and I know that that is on every mom's list for at least one shot of all of them smiling and looking at the camera. Along with these voiceovers, I'm going to include a few, and you probably saw them pop up already, but just the final images that were taken from whenever we were photographing in these different locations. So I hope that can help you see kind of like what I'm doing behind the scenes and what the final product is as we get going. Oh, perfect! Okay, ready? Now we're gonna play red light, green light.
Oh, you like
Have you
that
guys played red light, green light?
Hey, and I played that at my soccer game.
Awesome! All right, so when I say green light, you go. And when I say red light, you stop. Okay?
We got it?
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Right.
Green light.
Green light, go.
Green light. Oh, that's so good. And red light.
Oh.
And look at each other and say, ha ha ha. All right, hey Mac, can your mom twirl you? Can she spin you? Oh, wow. Kai, do you need to spin too? Oh, spin
maybe
it.
not.
Spin around in circles.
Spin, guys, spin. That didn't go so well.
All right, and green light.
Green light.
And it's gonna say yellow light.
Yellow light. You gotta go slow-mo. Whoa, that's so slow. Callie, look down at Kai. Ha ha ha. Kai, look up at your mama. And Mac, look up at your mama. All right. Can you guys stand together right in front of your mom and hold hands?
Hold hands. Hold Mac's hand.
Right there.
Hold Mac's hand.
Okay.
Right. Scoot over.
Good job.
Come here.
Stand right by Mac. Oh, just like that. Okay, because now your mom's going to stand still And just you guys are gonna play red light, green light, okay? Okay. So we're gonna say green light, go walk. I love to incorporate as much movement as I can into photos because I feel like it really just photographs beautifully whenever we can get some walking or spinning in the sessions. When it's just a couple or an older family, they will walk slow usually, but with little kids they tend to get bored, and so I end up doing things a lot over and over again. 1, for focus, 2, to get the good expressions, and 3, especially when they're having fun, like with red light, green light, or racing back and forth to give mom a hug. Maybe I already have the photo and I'm just kind of seeing what else I can get, creatively speaking. But a lot of times it's because I want the session to be fun for the kids as well. And if it's just a few extra minutes of them running back and forth, I mean, that doesn't hurt anyone. So I let the kids play on the gravel road because it was kind of muddy, and this just worked out well for us. So far we have done some walking poses, some mom with daughter, mom with son. We did a few in the flowers. It's a little muddy out today, so we have a shower curtain under our blanket, and we're getting ready to start with some seated poses. We have switched locations. It's all within walking distance. We never had to get in the vehicle and drive again. And we did the session out at Maple Leaf Conservation Area. So it was a lot of fun and a morning session. So we pretty much had the run of the place. And we stayed up in the front parking lot and not down by where the lake parking is, as far as if you're there to fish or whatever. It was kind of muddy, so underneath the blanket is a shower curtain, and I'm pretty sure I've said that already in the little intro before they sat down. Sitting poses are some of my favorite whenever we've been photographing for a while when it comes to the little kids, because it keeps them more contained when they're sitting versus when they're standing up and able to run amok. And we went through different varieties, and then I tried to get individuals of each kiddo. Mac was more into it than Kai was. He was pretty over it. He also took his suspenders off on his own while we were doing this set of photos, but it worked out well. Just give Callie another little look. They all took their shoes off to give it more of a kind of comfy vibe as we sat down, and they were just so awesome to work with. I chose this location because of the framing that you might not be able to see since the camera's not behind me, but you will be able to see in those final photos. It just, with the 2 trees in the big open field behind them, I just thought it looked so nice. Like I said, at this point, the kids were kind of done. We shot for maybe an hour that morning, which is a long time for little ones. Macklin really liked whenever I would talk to the camera, as she kind of thought that I was talking to people right away, and or that I was a little crazy, which, I mean, who can blame her? We also did a few standing poses on the blanket just to add a little more variety, but I kept them barefoot and on the blanket versus everybody putting shoes on and then standing in the tall grass. One thing we also did, because ticks have been so bad this year, is spray everybody's legs and shoes, and then like the skirts of Macklin's dress, the different layers of that fluffiness before we got in any of the tall grass, even over at the beginning of the session with the flowers, and then we just reapplied it whenever we were over here, so that we could try and prevent any ticks from getting all over anyone, because at this location a couple times before I've had that as a problem. But overall, it was a wonderful session. I know the sped up parts make it a little hard to see what I'm doing, but it was the easiest way to get through so much footage, and just kind of give you a glimpse at what it would be like to work with me. So I really hope this video has been a helpful look behind the scenes whenever we're going. And I would love to hear what you think in the comments.
So I hope that all of that behind the scenes footage gave you a great idea of what a session is like whenever we work together, and I cannot wait to hear from you about booking your session. As always, there are more videos every Monday, so can't wait to see you next week.